some of you may or may not be familiar with MD Link. Like I mentioned, it is an online medical services company, or I should say, and they've just secured funding from Dequity Capital, and they've given us a 2-year timeline to list on the JSC. So here to tell us more, we have the founders of both companies, Kadeen Mairs from Dequity and Dr. Che Bowen from MD Link. Hi, Kadeen. Hi, Che.
Hi, Kalilah. Thanks for having us on tonight.
Hi, Kalilah. Nice to be here again.
Yes, I should say welcome back. And not from your car this time, Kadeen. From the comfort of a nice couch this time. We have your full attention. And Che, first time on the show,
Thank you.
Not your first time on social media. I saw you on TikTok in a week with the watch guy stopped you on the road to ask you about your watch. I mean, talk about making it in life.
As soon as you got the investment, Kalilah.
that's what you bought with it, Che. You bought the Rolly.
Celebrations. Ready to move forward.
And the guy spotted you quick and easy. Trust me, bust the news. All right, welcome guys to the show. So first, let's start with you, Che, since it's your first time on the program. Tell me a little bit about your background. I know you're a medical doctor, but how did you make this transition into having your own business?
Great question. Yes, I am Dr. Che Bowen. I am actually from Trinidad. I came to Jamaica at age 18 and went straight into med school. After completing med school, I would have tried to go into the specialization programs. I actually wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. So I was trained by one Richard Reynolds.
Richie.
Yes, that was a great.
That's my husband, guys. That's my husband.
That was a great working experience. After which I actually went off to the British Virgin Islands. I spent some time in St. Lucia also. I was working as a general practitioner, and I thought to myself, I was actually still seeing patients in Jamaica while in the British Virgin Islands over my phone. And I thought to myself, how can I formalize this? How can I streamline things to make it easier for patients to get access to healthcare online? And we launched MD Link in 2018 and took off since then.
I remember hearing a lot about it during COVID, during the pandemic. Was that really the catalyst for growth for MD Link?
COVID was a good time. I wouldn't say it was the catalyst, but it did help a lot with convincing both the doctors and the patients to use the platform. We were the first to bring telemedicine to the region, and as such, it was a bit. We received a lot of apprehension from all sides: doctors, patients, even the insurance, the pharmacy council. But with the pandemic, they were able to see, hey, this is something that is necessary. It's helping us move forward to a more advanced stage in digital health. And so we were able to move forward using the pandemic.
So tell us more about what MD Link does, or at least how you do it. So telemedicine, is this where you get a diagnosis from a doctor basically through Zoom?
Great question. Yes, it's similar to this, a more secure platform with more privacy included in it. But yes, we have video calls, we have audio calls, we have text messages, and you're able to get healthcare online. That's what it's about. Seeing a doctor online, it doesn't stop there, but you can see a doctor online, speak with them, get feedback on your medical conditions, of course, specific medical conditions that can be treated online. And in turn, you would receive a prescription. You can actually get fully treated online in front of your computer on your phone. This prescription is sent directly to your pharmacy. If you need lab testing, you can also get that online on the platform. And again, the lab prescription or lab request is sent directly to the lab. You can go to the lab, we can come to you. It's all about convenience and increasing access to healthcare, making it more affordable. So that is what, in essence, the MD Link platform is, all your healthcare services online.
You all had, was it you that had the drive-through COVID testing during COVID?
Correct, correct. That definitely was another one of our innovations. So we strive on innovation. We love innovation, and we launched the first drive-through in the region. I would say the Caribbean and Latin America, and it took off. It was necessary. It was affordable. It was convenient, and it went back to our guidelines, our motto of, providing convenient, fast, efficient access to healthcare.
I remember that because I got my drive-through test on the way to the airport. So, at the time you needed a COVID test to travel. And I remember going through the drive-through like just before I had
Correct.
to travel.
One of the other innovative things we would have launched during that time is the house call, where we would go to the house and actually test the patient. And that is something that we continue to provide with our lab, our accredited laboratory. We do come to you, we can take off your bloods, your stool, your urine, take it straight to the lab for testing. And you're doing this from the comfort of your home, on your phone. No need to move, no stress. We will come to you. So again, affordable access, convenient healthcare.
I imagine though that there are some limitations because you're so to telemedicine. Because when I think about going to the doctor's office, doctor have to do a proper examination to look and touch the patient. So what are some of the restrictions, some of the things that you can't do?
100%. So we can handle 90% of the cases that you usually see in our urgent care. If we have to refer or come to your house, we can. But in general, telemedicine does come with restrictions. And that's a worldwide situation in that if you have head trauma, if you have loss of consciousness, if you have bleeding, if you have a broken limb, all of these are things that cannot be treated on the platform. And as soon as the doctor notices that this condition cannot be treated on the platform, we instantly refer you to a higher level medical facility, whether it be Winchester Medical or
Right.
Mayo Medical. In we have in-network medical facilities that we can send you to. If we have to send you to a public hospital, we can also do that.
All right. So Kadeen, now tell me about Dequity's involvement. What attracted you to invest in this company?
Well, that's a good question. The fact that you asked about, the restrictions of telemedicine, over the last, I'd say 18 to 24 months, Dequity, we have invested, I'd say about 2.3 billion in healthcare. We've acquired 2 physical hospitals. We acquired Royal Medical in Sav. That's a hospital, and Winchester Surgical and Medical in Kingston. Now, as we continue to invest in healthcare, these are physical hospitals where, Dr. Bowen just mentioned, where they'll refer you to for certain cases. These physical hospitals would have, lab. You can get a CT scan and X-ray, depending. You can see a physical doctor there. There are operating theaters. You can also do physical lab testing there as well. What we wanted to do was create a full ecosystem for healthcare. Accessing physical structures like a traditional hospital sometimes can be challenging, especially if in a rural area, if you're far away. When we did our research, we realized that there are common illnesses that can be treated online, and that kind of opened our eyes in terms of telemedicine and the solution that it can provide when you collaborate traditional healthcare physical structure with digital healthcare. So for example, there are like 3 things that a doctor can see you online. Typical 3 stuff would be like a UTI, yeast infection. If you suspect that you might have a STD, you can always speak to a doctor online quickly and get a recommendation, or the doctor can even write a prescription for you to pick up. Things like these, you don't need to go to a public hospital or come to a physical hospital to get treated for. Also, with MD Link having Fleet, which is their subsidiary that does lab, Fleet can come to your house and they can do a panel test to test for everything. that you can know, your doctor can discuss the results with you online through telemedicine. So it's all about, for us, how do we create a full ecosystem for healthcare that increases the level of care that is provided here in Jamaica. One, increases accessibility, affordability, and just efficiency. So for us, investing in MD Link is like the missing part of the equation for us for healthcare. And there are a lot of ideas that Che also has, including in the pharmacy side of the business, that we'll be looking into some of our investment going towards as well.
So you mentioned a couple of things that I want to expand upon. So one, that you do have other investments in healthcare, including the hospital in Westmoreland. And I see a question here coming from Learn, Grow, Invest. Are there collaborations planned for any companies within the portfolio for Dequity and MD Link? So how do you envision your other healthcare investments working with MD Link?
You know, before I came on this call, I said to Che, when you come on Kalilah show, she's going to dig into your strategy, so you have to know how you deliver the strategy. But naturally, that is the idea. We're definitely in the near future, we'll see more of a combine, some mergers, some that will take place, that will help to grow both entities. So yeah, in the near future, that's definitely a part of our strategy.
So the other question, and yes, we will dig into the strategy. We dig into everything and all the numbers, which we're coming to as well. And it's not just me, Che, it's the viewers. Notice that the question came not from me, but from one of the viewers.
Yes.
I have bright people who watch this show. So the other one was Fleet Diagnostic, which was acquired in 2022. Another question from a viewer, this one from Limitless Podcast, who wants to know which divisions of Fleet Diagnostics Lab are accredited.
That's a great question. And we are one of, I believe, 4 accredited medical laboratories on island in the nation. What accreditation means is that we have to follow a strict rule of protocols and policies to operate our lab and ensure the results are very accurate. That being said, the lab in itself will continue to Kalilah, I think I need you to re-ask the question for me. Sorry.
I don't even remember what the question was.
I think
how many are accredited?
Yeah, he was asking about the accreditation. So Fleet is accredited. Yeah.
Correct. So, I mean, our entire laboratory is accredited. That includes our chemistry, our hematology, our special chemistry, even our microbiology. It's accredited by JANA.
All right. Okay. So reading through or scanning through the R Today article about the investment, I'm doing some quick mental maths, and I'm coming up with a figure of $112 million invested by Dequity into MD Link. Am I on the right track, Kadeen?
Yeah, you're on the right track. Your math is,
Math is mathin'. So
right.
What's the objective? Because I see in the article as well, it's saying that the plan is to get to IPO within 2 years and also to increase the company's valuation to $1 billion within the next year and a half. So how do you get there from where you are today?
So if Che wants me to start with some of the
plans,
some of the plans, Kalilah, we're definitely looking at going into the pharmacy space, especially because what happened is that MD Link has hundreds of doctors who are seeing thousands of patients, and what happened is that these doctors are writing prescriptions. So this provides an opportunity for MD Link now to enter the space to help to meet the needs of these drugs that patients might need access to. So we might be looking at partnerships with existing pharmacies, or in some cases acquire pharmacies or start pharmacies of our own. So that's kind of like one of the plans that we have as well, outside of the platform itself and the marketing that will go into grow into other regions outside of Jamaica.
So again, to double what Kadeen is saying, the MD Link platform, it's a link to MD, where MD is the medical side of it, the medical industries, and as such, we're going to build out the platform in such a way that it connects and forms a hybrid medical situation whereby we will tap into different industries, whether it be medical testing, online pharmacy, um, even online health store, health products. It's a few different directions that we have planned out to take it. And again, what a good way to look at the direction we're going is similar to Amazon. We would have launched before Amazon got into it, but Amazon is putting their foot heavy into healthcare. And again, it's all connects back to the platform. So that's kind of what we want to bring to the Caribbean.
Exciting and interesting. Let me take some of our comments from the viewers, and I know we have quite a few questions from viewers as well. First of all, Lorna bigging you up, saying that she knows you from BVI. Shell's making a point that Shell's, you got jokes. Shell says AI is going to allow them to push their hands through the screen and touch and feel the patient.
Good.
The question coming from Limitless Podcast: what role do you see artificial intelligence and machine learning playing in MD Link's future development?
This Limitless Podcast is a smart guy, man. Definitely, healthcare is head on into artificial intelligence and machine learning, and I do believe that it's going to come to a point where artificial intelligence will be able to make the doctor visits quicker, faster. We'll be able to connect with doctors that have artificial intelligence that aren't actual doctors. They'll be able to sift through the algorithms and provide us with answers that we can then deploy to our patients. And it would, again, it's definitely the direction that MD Link is heading. It's the future of healthcare, it's digital health. And I foresee in the future that even something as simple as radiology, eventually there will be artificial intelligence replacing that. So it will be done in such a way where, yeah, you won't need the human doctor or medical interaction, at least in the initial stages. As it gets more complex, of course, you will still need doctors.
Yeah, I tell Richie all the time that, surgeons are highly prized, but between robotics and AI coming together, I feel like you guys will soon be out of a job.
Not the digital health, no. But doctors in general, yes, it does look interesting in the future. I don't think they'll be able to replace them completely because of the emotional aspect that's involved, and then even mental health, which is something that MD Link is going to head into to bring out these digital health, mental health services to the Caribbean. America has been doing it for years and it's helping them. We have the same mental health issues in the Caribbean. We just ignore them, cover our eyes, and let whoever has to suffer. So we will be bridging that gap and helping patients connect with psychologists, mental health therapists to really cope with the stresses of social media and everyday modern life.
Right. Mental health is a low-hanging fruit, I would say, because that's one that you don't necessarily need to feel and touch. You can do that virtually, and I've seen that in action, being very efficient and very effective.
Correct. So we do have a nice strategy to launch it throughout the nation and the Caribbean islands to start.
How many doctors do you have on board now?
Right now we have about 300 to 350.
Wow.
Correct. And we have not been pushing the growth of that as yet, but it is in the plans to get more doctors on board through the region. We really want to partner and work with doctors to provide them with the tools and the services that they need to, take over this modern healthcare that is inevitable.
So we touched on the IPO earlier, saying that you guys want to be ready for IPO by 2026, 27. So within 2-3 years, thereabouts. What are some of the benchmarks that you want to hit in order to be ready for listing?
I think I can touch on that. I think, this investment, Kalilah, I've been talking to Che. Probably is one of the hardest investments for Dequity to get. I've been talking to Che for probably 3 years or 4 years to let us come on board. Everything with time. But I think the strength that we have that Che saw value in is just in terms of the corporate governance and structure that we will bring forth. Being a publicly listed company, you have a lot of responsibilities, reporting responsibilities, financial responsibilities. And I think with our back office and our experience, Che saw where we would have added value, not just capital. And we also are very interested in the space. So in terms of the benchmarks or the milestones that we want to hit. Of course, in terms of listing on a stock exchange, what's important to us is not even revenues, but profitability of the company, and because that's what we're going to use a multiple of your profits in order to determine a valuation to list on a stock exchange. So we definitely want to expand different avenues of the business. Those will be different milestones, whether it's on the lab side, on the mental health side, on the pharmacy side. Each of these different aspects of the digital health side of business, we will have different rollout periods, which you will see probably in the next 4 months, the first one being rolled out. These would be basically the benchmarks, as you mentioned, that you will witness to determine if we're hitting our goal within that time. We've set it for 24 months. Hopefully we can achieve it before then. But of course it takes time. Outside of the business itself, is very important that the foundation of the company is steady. The team is there, that Che has good support, good HR, good accounting, a solid board of directors that can help with the governance of the company, things like that will be announcing soon. So those are just some of the things that we're working on.
All right, so I'm going to take a couple more questions from the audience before we wrap, and there are a few questions there for you too, Kadeen, regarding Dequity. So it's not just about MD Link tonight, but first, why? Let me see, which one should I take? All right, actually, yeah, let's go with the questions for Kadeen. So Ryan wants to know, do you expect Ultra Financier to list on the JSE before the end of 2024?
Why you guys ask questions that you have the answer for all the time?
Kalilah? So what's the
answer? Anything is possible. We live in a world of endless possibilities. With hard work, anything is possible.
2024 is your target?
I can't say. As you know, I'm just I'm no longer day-to-day in the operations of Dollar nor its subsidiaries, so I won't be able to comment. I'm just a director and a chairman here and there, so I'd allow the management to speak on that.
Well, you are day-to-day with Dequity. You're here representing Dequity tonight. The next question comes from Philip, who wants to know, when is the Dequity IPO?
So I can answer this one. So for us at Dequity, we have to have a proof of concept. We have all these portfolio companies. We have another acquisition to announce soon. So what happened is similar to MD Link, whether it's Royal Medical Group or Elite Concept and Solutions, all of our portfolio companies, the aim is always to grow them, build them, list them, and hold. But we have to prove that concept first. We've proved the concept when it comes to acquisition, but can we prove the concept in terms of having a blueprint to lead these entrepreneurs to their dreams of having a listed company? I've done it for myself, but have I done it for somebody else? Not yet. I mean, I've made promises to Che and other entrepreneurs that I'll work alongside them to get them there. I think as soon as we can hit 2 consistent IPOs as Dequity, I think that Dequity can start looking at raising its own capital to continue to do what they do, which is, invest in SMEs and grow them to, be a listed company. So in terms of timeline, in terms of wanting to list, naturally, yes. It would be definitely like a main market listing. We've grown our asset under management now at Dequity. It exceeds 40 million US now. So I think as soon as we can execute on 2 listings, we'll start thinking about listing ourselves.
That's how you do it. On to the next one. Kadeen say, question coming from Instagram from Dr. Garth McDonald, OBGYN, who says, great concepts. Will Fleet set up shop at doctors' offices have pharmacy space too? And he says, we need to talk.
We definitely need to talk. Fleet has been setting up offices throughout the nation. Jamaica, we're in St. Thomas, Portland, Mandeville, Draxall, Ocho Rios, a few locations in Kingston, and we will definitely be continuing to expand in that light. In terms of the pharmacy space, not quite putting pharmacy spaces in doctors, but also yes, because we are venturing off into the online pharmacy realm, and we do have a lot of strategies and concepts to put in place in that regard, whereby doctors will have an online pharmacy in their offices for their patients, and patients will also have access to that online pharmacy. So we definitely need to talk, Dr. McDonald.
Awesome. All right. Anything else you guys want to mention before we head to break? Let me give you the last word. Kadeen, you go first, and then Che will have the last word.
I mean, last words. I'm not very good when you put me on the spot with the last words. But yeah, I encourage everybody to download the MD Link app. It's always good to have ready access to a doctor. I use it a lot as well. Not to say that I need to, but
is it a subscription, or is it you pay as needed?
You pay as needed. You pay as needed.
For now.
For now.
Let's stay tuned.
Yeah, and for me, like somebody like me who's under constant stress, I'm really waiting on Chet to launch the really launch out similar
mental health.
Yeah, similar to like Better Help in the States, where you have all these online, you can have your online therapy sessions and speak to medical therapists, etc. I'm really looking forward to that, and I encourage everybody to download the app and utilize the services.
Awesome. Che?
I would say that download the MD Link app, log on to the website, themdlink.com. I do feel very confident with this partnership with Dequity Capital. They kind of bridged the gap that we needed. They're assisting our weaknesses. So now we're a really strong team, and I look forward to what we have in store, our plans and our executions that will really continue to change the face of digital health in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Che Bowen, Kadeen Mairs.